Thank you. Hi, my name is Haley. Please join us in saying the Woodlands Creed. Cheese bread with marinara sauce, broccoli and cheese, pineapple, and sweet potato fries. You may be seated. My name is Isabel. The quote for quote is loyalty. Loyalty is used in difficult times to demonstrate the commitment to those you serve. My name is Ryan Bass. The quote for this month is commitment. Commitment is an act, not a word. My name is Abby. My name is Avery. In class, we've been working on summarizing. Summarizing is a brief overview of a story. My name is Woodlands. My name is Jacob. When we summarize, we think of 5 keywords. 5 keywords are somebody wanted, but, so, when. My name is Malcolm. We now like to share summaries we have been rewritten from great books to read in October. Scaredy Cat Splat by Rob Scott and Splat. Wanted to win the scariest cat contest at school. But his spider costume wasn't very scary. So when he was at school, his teacher was telling scary stories, and Splat got so scared he threw his jack-o'-lantern up in the air, and it came down on his head, and he scared his classmates. Then everyone thought Splat's costume was the scariest, and he won the scariest cat contest. The Perfect Pumpkin Pie by Denny's Kazan, Mr. Wilkerson. Wanted a perfect pumpkin pie, but he died and his wife moved away. So Grandma and Jack moved into their house.
Then Old Man Wilkerson came back to haunt them until Grandma made the perfect pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin Jack by Will Hubble. 10. One put his back on enter, then Jack took the square. But Jack started to rot and Mom started to throw it down. So 10 threw Jack out into the garden. As the day went by, Jack slowly faded and crumbled back into the earth. Then when it turned to spring, Tim found a new start. He immediately watered and watched as pumpkins started to grow. Tim was finally able to carve a new jack-o'-lantern. Bumpy Little Pumpkin by Margaret Stewart. One of the bumpy little pumpkins. But her sister said it would not make a good jack-o'-lantern. So she called her friends, the animals, to help her make it into a jack-o'-lantern. Then the lamb ran home with the jack-o'-lantern and had been all right and the first to eat it. The Ghost I Cheat by Bill Martis and John Ackerby. Somebody is mom. Wanted brother and sister to go to the store to get some milk. But as brother and sister were walking to the store, they came upon the ghost-eyed tree. So they became very scared and ran as quickly as they could past the tree. Then they were still able to make it to the store to get the milk and take it home to Mama. Arthur told me by Mark Brown. Arthur wanted to skip the big scary house when they were trick-or-treating. But D.W. went inside the house without him. So Arthur followed her inside and Miss Dibble gave him cider and chocolate donuts. D.W. and Arthur said goodbye and agreed to come back early, help her clean and make her house not so scary. My name is Susie and I'd like to introduce Miss Cooper, the nice principal to Woodlands Elementary.
All right, second grade. Everybody should have been listening to what a great way to summarize the story. You use those 5 words and you can come up with a summary. Great job, 32nd graders. And thank you, parents, for coming and joining us in our assembly. Don't forget before you leave to sign up for a parent conference Tuesday evening or any other evening that you can, or we will squeeze you in because we want to meet with 100% of our parents. We have Chef Jack who is here to share with us. Give Chef Jack a round of applause. What does he have?
What is this? Anybody know? Okay, pine is a tree. Is it a piece of wood? Is it an apple? Then why in the world do they call it a pineapple? I'm really confused. I think it's because it looked like a pine cone. And so the Spanish word for pine is piña. Yeah, I know a lot of adults know what that means. So anything with pineapple in it is piña. Now, how many of you seen a pineapple tree before? Okay, I'm just joking with you. There's no such thing. They don't grow on trees. They grow on bushes about this tall right here. And it takes 2 years for a pineapple to grow. This took 2 years. Now, I don't like it when the spinach takes 4 weeks. I'm impatient. I could not be a pineapple grower. Now, if you look real close, and you can see on this right here, the circles. See all the circles? When a pineapple starts to grow, each circle is a flower. That's pretty cool. And they're all different colored flowers. And then those flowers connect, and then they're pollinated, and then they turn into a piece of fruit. So really, this is just a bunch of flowers that make into fruit. Yeah, you do that. You don't believe it, do you? Now, pineapple has something in it called bromine. Bromine is a mineral, and bromine helps us aid in digestion. And that means your food moving through your stomach. Now, when you're having trouble with digestion, what you need to do is get a fresh, it's gotta be fresh, pineapple, and eat it right after your meal, and it will help break down the proteins in your stomach. Now you say, well, Chef, that doesn't make sense. Well, there's something called gelatin, which is a protein, and we combine fruit and gelatin together, and we make something called jelly. Have you ever seen pineapple jelly? No. Not fresh pineapple jelly, and the reason is because the bromine in the pineapple breaks down the proteins in the jelly, and it won't thicken up. And if it doesn't thick up, it can't be jelly. Now you can take canned pineapple and cook it and cook it and cook it and mush it and strain it and rinse it and strain it and rinse it, and you might get a little bit of jelly out of it, but you're typically not going to do that. So vitamin A, that helps fight off colds. Vitamin C helps fight off colds. We need pineapples in our diet. Now, if you want to grow a pineapple at your house, cut off the top part, rinse this top part off, clean up real good, plant it in the ground, and it will grow for you. Now, the only problem is it can't ever freeze. And so that means in Oklahoma we could never grow pineapples. But you could in a greenhouse, but you need a lot of other things to happen too. So we'll just let Hawaii be the only U.S. state that grows pineapples. And they have something called a Maui Gold that is just incredible. Thailand is the largest producer of pineapples. They have when I've been over there several times, they have a very small pineapple that you can almost eat like an apple. It is the outside is that good. So pineapples are great for us. We need them in our diets. We need to eat plenty of them. And you guys have a great fall break. And when we come back, I'm going to talk about pumpkins.
And before we have a fall break, we're going to have a family fun night tonight. Let's give Chef Jack a beautiful we love pineapples. Now, boys and girls, I also, while I am here watching 30 second graders, or 29, I've lost track, 29, okay, Mrs. Magnus and Mrs. Bales and Miss Mead, who works in there, thank you for helping all of them have a part. And Mrs. Gregson, oh, and our student teacher, that's right, thank you guys. And thank you for making sure they all have a part, they all were involved, they all did some type of artwork. That is amazing to me, and I know parents, it is amazing to you all as well. I appreciate all that hard work. And tonight is... We've been waiting. Now, 5th graders, I need your mathematician brains. There is maybe a 30% chance that it might rain. What percentage of chances is there that it won't rain? Is that more than 30? Yeah! So we are looking to be outdoors, and boys and girls, they started setting up some things. Just like every year for our family fun night, we have a dunk tank out on the playground. Do we? Okay. 5th graders are already shivering, I know. Do we mess with the dunk tank? There is a hose around the dunk tank. Do we go over and bother the hose? No. For one thing, you could trip over it. For one thing, it could spill out. Just stay away from the dunk tank, and we will be fine on the playground today. I think we will be outdoors, boys and girls. I'm very optimistic about the weather today. I know Mrs. Officer and all the PTA folks are. It starts at 5 o'clock. Your families can come and have hot dogs and chips, and they can use tickets for a family meal. They have a bargain package so that you guys can eat together as a family, and it won't cost you very much. You can do all kinds of games. Boys and girls, bring that Woodlands Eagles behavior to our family fun night, and we're going to see lots and lots of happy activities. So hope we see everybody out then. It is Friday. We are going to count our spirit shirts. Mostly blue, mostly white, or a Woodlands Eagles shirt. Let it out. If your class had 10 or more, stand up. 10 or more, it's just about everybody. All right, I think it did get everybody. If you had 12 or more, stay standing. 14 or more, stay standing. 15 or more, stay standing. 16 or more. 17 or more, stay standing. Look at this, guys. 18 or more, stay standing. 19 or more. 20 or more. 21 or more, stay standing. 22 or more. 23 or more. 24 or more. 25 or more. Oh, we've got two classes, our second graders. 26. 27. Okay, now wait a minute. You had how many? That's all but one, right? All right, so 29. You guys ran a close second, and you'll get the trophy too. Who has those clear awards? Oh, you already had that for last week. All right, give them a huge free praise. All right, have a seat. And I came down to the gym today, boys and girls, without these very important certificates. These are 2 WOW awards that have been awarded by teachers. Now, every single one of you are writing. Every single one of you work hard on that. When you do your very best and you use all of the skills that your teachers have taught you and are wanting to see in your writing, and you are creative, then you just might win one of these. And I'm going to have Noah Linder come up here first of all. Noah Linder, come on up. And Lexi, can you come up and stand right here too? Because we'll have you next. All right. And Noah wrote a very creative poem, and they were doing personification, and which, Noah, would you like to tell them what personification is in writing? Oh, personification in writing means you're putting human-like qualities or characteristics into things that aren't human. So let's just see what Noah did in his poem.
You have one purpose in life, you attack. You have prey in front of you, you attack. Mouse gets away from you, you attack. Remember that big mouse that you ate? Your stomach moving because of the cricket and your... What's this? Get into a fight and make sure you don't get rough and rough. The endless something you do, the adventures you have when you were a baby. Jump at that afraid you don't use.
All right, and Noah, I love these words like slithering. piping that you use. This is awesome. I'm going to give you your WOW award, and I'm going to give you your paperback because I already put a copy of it on our WOW bulletin board. Give Noah a round of applause. I've got a certificate for you. Okay, and Mrs. Self is going to help read that.
All right, guys, Lexi is really nervous this morning. So am I, because I don't like talking on a microphone. Okay, this is Lexi's personal narrative. When I got the 2 cats from the pet store, I was excited. I asked Mom and Dad for months to get 2 cats. This day was the best. When I got to the pet store, I looked around. I saw 2 kittens in 1 cage. They were cute. One was black and white, and the other was gray and white. I wanted the kittens. I was so happy to see my kittens, I named them Marie and Mittens.
Thank you. All right, boys and girls, keep writing, keep reading. Have a wonderful Friday. Oh, and another award. We have just finished lots of awards here. This week, our sparkling dustpan. You pay close attention to keeping that room nice and clean. For Mrs. Rodriguez or Mrs. Kennedy, go to an intermediate class. And it goes to Mrs. Litterer's class. Because Mrs. Litterer doesn't write things down, even if I talk to people right before assembly, we do have a special guest today, boys and girls. It is Mr. Gary Wilson. And would you come on up right now, Mr. Wilson? I just about dismissed everybody to run over you on the way out the door. Okay, 3, 2, 1. On our pockets. Make sure we're on our pockets. He is the district fireman in charge of training, right? Okay, in this area, Ponca City is one of his cities in that district. He has some very important information to give you because it is Fire Prevention Week next week, right? This week.
Thank you. How are we doing, girls and boys? Well, my job at the fire department is I'm a teacher at the fire department, just like you have teachers. And we have to train our firemen and teach them new things and practice old things. And I don't know if you guys have practiced this year, but it's Fire Prevention Week. And we want to talk about just a couple things about how to keep you safe at home, okay? Does anybody know what a smoke detector is? Okay, this is a smoke detector. So when you go home, you need to talk to your adults at home and ask them where your smoke detectors are. Okay, and ask them if you don't have any, but please get some. Does anybody know what they sound like? So when you're at home, even in the daytime, you may be in your room playing or in a different part of the house, and you hear that, one of the things we don't want to do is we don't want to hide, okay? If you have a fire or an emergency at your house, you don't want to hide. Because when the firemen come to your house, we want to be able to find you, okay? So if you, and in the middle of the night when you're sleeping and you hear that, you need to get up and try to find your parents and then get out of the house. And we have to practice. You guys have had fire drills this year at school, haven't you? Mm-hmm. Well, same thing at your house. You need to practice at home, get with your adults at home and practice a fire drill. If something happens at your house, where are you going to go? You have a meeting place, like out in the front yard, by the mail, by a tree, by the flower bed. Okay, we don't ever go back in once we leave the house if there's a problem, if there's a fire at your house, right? Right. Okay. What's another thing we don't do? What do we not do? we don't play with matches or fire. That's what I was wanting, or lighters, right? Right, we don't play with those. Those are for adults, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Candles, we don't mess with matches or lighters, right? Yep. You get a thumbs up? Okay. And did you guys know that about 143 years ago, this week, the Great Chicago Fire happened? Have you guys talked history about the Great Chicago Fire? Something about that? Well, back in the old days, they didn't have lights like this. They had lanterns. And Mrs. O'Leary was milking her cow in her barn. And the cow kicked over the lantern and caught her barn on fire. And then it caught her house on fire. Then it caught her neighbor's house on fire. And then the whole town caught on fire. So that's how Fire Prevention Week started after that. Because they said we have to educate people about how to be safe, right? Okay, so what are we going to do when we get home today? Where are our smoke detectors? And do they work? Yeah, we need to make sure they work. And make it, what kind of sound do they make? Right. And then, okay, be correct. And then what else do we need to work on when we get home? Fire drill. That's right. We need to practice and know what you're going to do and where you're going to go. And one more thing, what do we not play with? That's right. And just one more thing. If for some reason, you guys know what stop, drop, and roll is? Yeah. So, if for some reason your clothes ever got on fire, you don't want to run. You don't want to run because you'll just keep on burning, right? We don't want that. So whenever if you do happen to have an accident and catch fire, you cover your face, drop down to the ground, and you roll, roll, roll. And put the fire out, right? Yep. Okay. So smoke detectors, fire drills, no matches or lighters, right? And remember, stop, drop, and roll. All right?
Mr. Wilson, I bet you know a song about that from all the times we've had our fire friends come. Sing it with me. If you ever catch on fire, this is what you do. Cover your face and drop right down and roll and roll and roll. Keep going. Roll and roll and roll and roll. Never run away. Roll and roll and roll and roll. Fire is not for play. There you go.